Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're knocking out another of my tribe bases. I decided to go ahead and post some of these as extra content, not my regular Sunday videos, because I'm hoping it will inspire me to finish them a little bit faster. I'd like to sell them as a pack on Etsy eventually, but I have to actually finish them before I can do that. Anyhow, today we'll be talking about Mudwings. Probably the tribe with the least development in the series, which is unfortunate since they were set up quite uniquely in Book 1. I always imagined Mudwings to be the largest tribe in Pyria or Pentala. They're tall like the Skywings, and stockier even than Nightwings and Seawings. Overall, this tribe tends towards heavy, sturdy builds with thick scales, similar to alligators and other swamp reptiles. They tend to move slowly, although when they feel like it, they can get up to some speed. Although the official references for Mudwings are actually quite detail-heavy, I tend to give them fairly simple scale detail. Overall, I tend to think of them as a very simplistic tribe. The Mudwings keep to themselves, even when they aren't at war. Thanks to their strong sibling bonds, the tribe is extremely insular, and the majority of Mudwings rely on their sibs and other friends to help them. That's not to say they have no contact with the other tribes, but their territory isn't exactly high value, and they aren't interested in adding any land to it, so most of the time, things just stay calm. I think even within Mudwing society, they would tend towards smaller groups and villages over any large settlements. Mudwings to me seem like homebodies, and even the settlement where Queen Warhen holds court would be on the small side compared to some of the other cities. Really, the only interesting feature we've learned about Mudwings is that they can hold their breath for long periods of time. I suspect they would hunt very similarly to alligators thanks to this. With their coloring, Mudwings can hide in the swamps motionless until something comes near enough for them to surge up and snag it. It would explain why Clay always seemed to struggle so much with hunting, especially earlier on. Kestrel, of course, would have taught them skywing hunting techniques. And even if Asha had survived, where would Clay have practiced in the caves? Mudwings are one of the rougher tribes. With their size and strength, they're a work hard, play hard kind of tribe. I bet they would have all kinds of fun sports though, like mud wrestling and the dragon version of tackle football. Honestly, I wish we'd gotten a chance to see more of the Mudwings in the books. Clay was our only Mudwing protagonist, and we definitely didn't get much of a glimpse during his book. I'd say that this supports my theory of Mudwings mostly keeping to themselves and being homebodies, but that still doesn't win me any extra world building. Anyways, before we end this very short episode, I wanted to talk about the art just a little bit. With Mudwings, I'm always shooting for big, boxy shapes. It's okay to go comically big, too. I see plenty of artists who just make Clay massive, and it works out. But anyways, I use square shapes in my sketches, though I always round the corners down. I think the key is that while their frame may be huge and boxy, the Mudwings themselves are rounded and softer. I even try to curl their spines downward when I draw them. I just want Mudwings to be a rounder, lumpier dragon. Also, like I mentioned earlier, I like to keep their scale detail simpler, but that's just what I like. I have a pretty detailed style overall, and Mudwings have 3 or 4 layers of scales on their necks alone. If you're into heavier scale design, go for it. Their official design is honestly gorgeous. Anyways, I think that'll wrap today up. Not much to talk about here. Mudwings are pretty basic, but that's kind of a good thing. It's nice to have more of a calm, easy tribe to fall back on. If you enjoyed this video, there's more where it came from. Feel free to subscribe or drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and please have a wonderful week.